I think it's not far-fetched to say this is probably one of the better episodes of the Tournament of Power arc so far, because of the severity by the end of this episode was the mission of taking down Jiren, saving Universe 7. The way it went about obviously hit the field big time. It starts off with Jiren powering up, creates an aura within her aura, the fire aura that we see in the preview. So now the question becomes, what happens next? I think it's kind of obvious where this goes, even though we kind of knew all along where it was heading. But I gotta give Toei credit for like at least creating a sense of disbelief, especially with the fact that we have Goku and Vegeta and 17 put in the trio attacks. Nothing was working. Then they came up with a key energy blast. 17 was obviously the MVP of this arc, in my opinion, the best MVP of this arc, because the way he went about it, the way he not only took most of Jiren's attacks, but also he was the first person to actually get a major hit on Jiren from his back. He came in with the energy blast. He took the full brunt of it, catch him off guard. Vegeta, Goku, and 17 tried the same thing alongside 17 with trio energy attacks. You had 17 unleash an energy beam. You had Goku unleash the Kamehameha in Kaioken, and you had Vegeta unleashed the final flash. But Jiren power pretty much just cancelled them all out like nothing. But this episode answered the age-old question of what Jiren's wish was, and it was 17 that got him to talk about Jiren's wish. Although technically speaking, it was Belmont that actually spelled it out, which now you can kind of sympathize, and there was visuals all over the place. But I kind of appreciated that, finally get more depth into Jiren's character. I think it needed to happen, but I think it could have been done a little bit sooner to give it more, because not episodes to go. We know where this is heading, personally. And I said this from the get-go. I think Goku is going to be the one to wish for everything to be restored by the end of this, because how can you restore? Because there's a lot of people that want their wishes granted. Vegeta wants to bring back Kaba. Obviously, he wants to say it's going to be accomplished, but at the same time, you have other people that have been erased as well due to this tournament. So I think, like I've been stating all along, Goku's going to wish for everything to be brought back. And maybe Goku will wish for Jiren and his comrades to be brought back to life as well. I think there's no other reason to bring that up, and that's because we know for a fact where this is heading. When you consider the fact that Jiren is way overpowered at this point, Vegeta is trying to stand up in the preview in base mode. He can't go into Super Saiyan Blue, which I kind of wonder why he could do that anyway, given the fact that he used the self-destruct attack, which rendered him pretty much almost to the point of brink of death, and he's still able to unleash Super Saiyan Blue. Did it work? I mean, Vegeta was the one that first to launch the attack. So we come to find out his master was killed, his companions were killed, his parents were killed by this dark, I guess by this shadow sinister being. We don't know what this person was. Maybe this is foreshadowing something. I don't know. That's a sort of source of power, and him doing that casts all companions aside. He values it as a sign of weakness, that people he aligns himself with end up being taken down. Strength is everything to him, and that's pretty much where he gets his power. Disregards the Pride Troopers, and I guess 17 called it out, says you're disregarding your fellow comrades. So 17's with probably one of the best lines of the entire episode, plus one of the best moves. Obviously 17 got triggered massively. He went in for the attacks, he came in with the energy blast. 17 used the android berry. He used multiple android berries to protect a lot of people. Frieza was back in this episode, but once again the running gag, he gets knocked down by Jiren, and Frieza was like, yo, I'm gonna kill you, screw the rules, I'm gonna kill you. And then Jiren just once again just KOs him, but he doesn't eliminate him. So I'm wondering what they're gonna do with Frieza, given the fact that he should have been eliminated a long time ago. I'm sorry, it's like Toppo should have done it, and now Jiren should have. Yeah, he must have like 9 lives left, because honestly he's come to the brink of elimination twice. And by the way, 17 came to the rescue, but by unleashing another energy blast that caught Jiren's attention. And did you also notice when he unleashed the android barriers, he did put one up for Frieza? So that was I noticed that he put one up for Vegeta and Goku to like give them time to rest. But man, that hit the fields. The energy blast, Jiren was like energy struggle. Probably the best energy struggle of the entire because of what it represented. 17 with his ideals was like, yeah, I'm giving up my dream of that cruiser to you guys to wish for everything brought back to life. So I thought that was kind of cool. A character moment for 17, probably the best character of this arc by far. And the way he went out, obviously, he went down and obviously he self-destructed. I guess for that self-destructive mechanism that's inside him, we've seen this before. So that went off, and technically speaking, Jiren did not get disqualified because the self-destruct came from 17, not from Jiren, even though he attacked. So he's not disqualified for 17 being called up. And if that's the case, 17 is killed off. Man, it took us a long time to get here for us to get our actual death. I mean, technically speaking, we do have a lot of people erased, but a lot of people seem to think they've been transported. But this could be like that. Actually, we could be getting the only death in this series. But like I said, I think Goku's going to wish everything back to life. Maybe even Jiren's comrades. I don't know. There's no point in bringing that up if it's not going to have some type of impact by the end of the series. And we're only a couple episodes left. Was it 4 episodes now? Maybe even less than that, 3 to go before the end of the series. So, but man, big ups to 17. Obviously, probably the best thing about Universe 7 is this entire arc. Now the question becomes, what does Goku do? He has to awaken Ultra Instinct now, because given that the title of the episode next week, Vegeta's going to go out, and he's going to go out in base mode, thinking about the same thing that 17 thought about this episode, which is the people he cared about. So I like Vegeta's going to go out the same way. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Like this review if you don't appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel for more Dragon Ball Super. Catch you guys later.